Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to another video. Today we're here for episode number 94 of Goattville Updates, and here we are once again in the stadium. We're going to be working on the stadium, but we're starting off the video just going to be checking out some of the other parts of the city, because I haven't really gone and looked through all of the different parts that we got ever since I switched to ray tracing, and just seeing some of the small empty abandoned bits have sort of gotten me a little bit inspired to try and want to come back and just sort of fill in these empty spaces that we have, because some of these roads that I've built are probably around 4 years old now, but there still are a lot of empty spaces which I should probably get back to sometime. And the city itself just looks really amazing with the ray tracing on. But first we're gonna try and get as much progress done with the stadium, of course, and we're making some pretty good progress with it. I've just been working on some miscellaneous things in between the videos, but I still think there's some interesting things to cover. I've added a lot of new things, while I've also continued with a lot of the existing stuff. So it's going to be pretty easy to get a thumbnail for this video, but not so much a title. So I guess the first thing we'll cover is out here in the front. It pretty much is exactly how it's going to look with the completed project. I finished adding in this sort of second layer, which didn't take too long, but it's just something that I had left open. And then of course, we gotta fill in this, but that won't be too much of a problem. And then up here, I managed to take this little sort of awning kind of thing to just sort of bring it around. Really impressed with the way that this turned out, with like this sort of like this X structure kind of thing. Because over here, really simple, because it's just all on the same line right there. But I managed to keep pretty much all of it looking exactly perfect, and it looks even better when you look at it from a distance, and it looks pretty much exactly the same despite it being at that curve right there. So we were able to get all of that done. Looks really great from the inside of the stadium. Really glad I was able to get that. And then hopefully soon we can start working on some of this, because right when we finish this side of the seating, we will be basically around 90% done in terms of the seating, and then everything else will just be like the interior of the stadium and some of the exterior. All the important parts to the stadium that would sort of define it as one will pretty much be completed. Over here for the back area, it's just going to continue with this, just sort of these lower decks, and just continue over there. But then the upper decks will just sort of cut off as we get to the end over here. So this side will look pretty identical to the other side over there, except this part will continue over. But that's not the important thing that we've done so far. Most of the work that I've done has been over here in the outfield, and the most notable thing is this right here, this little detail which I've had planned out. It says Majestic, in case you can't read it. It's a little bit difficult when I have the ray tracing on. I had to build it without it on, just because it was hard to see. But yeah, it says Majestic. Majestic's written out in leaves on the grass right there, and I think it's a nice little touch. I tried doing it as best as possible with spacing it all out, building not just at this curve, but also at an angle with the elevations. So of course it's not perfect, but I think this is the best that it could be done with. And then we also started adding a couple more buildings here. This is the first one that I kind of got started with, and I'm sort of going through some different design variations with this back area right here, because I had an original plan of just sort of having a large building just sort of on that back area. I didn't really know what it would be used for, but I just thought that'd be the best way to use up this space. You might think it would be best for a scoreboard, but I'm actually going to be keeping it over here on this side. That's why only the lower decks will be present here, and that's mostly just because I don't feel like making a scoreboard at an angle such as this. I'd much rather just have the straight lines right there to be able to work with that. So here in the back, we have to do something just a little bit different, and the original idea I had was to just sort of put a building here. I was going to put kind of like this little balcony right here, so the building would sort of wrap around. Sort of just make that little arc, so it kind of goes there and would sort of wrap around like that. We have this small little area right here where you can overlook the outfield. But I've kind of got this new idea which I think I might go with, and that's basically we're going to have one building over there and an identical one on the other side. And then this area in the middle will not so much be a balcony, but it will sort of just be like a continuation of this little road right over here. So we'll have like maybe a little fountain with some trees on the edge, right? And then right here, this will just sort of be this open area for spectators to be. And then in between the two buildings won't just be the stuff in the middle, but we can also have like some banners and stuff hanging on from a little string going in between them. I think that'd be a fun little idea. Maybe it'll make a bit more sense once I actually start drafting it, but I think that's probably the best idea to do that. So I don't know, maybe if other people think that sort of just continuing it as a building would look better, I might try that out, but I kind of think I'm kind of thinking my idea will definitely be the most interesting, because I'm trying to add a lot of more complex stuff that you wouldn't typically see in a normal stadium. I'm trying to go for like fulfilling that concept art when it comes down to a building project with this stadium here. In addition, I also added a foul pole. Finally, it's been quite a while, so I decided to just throw in one right here. I think it looks quite nice, pretty simple, and that's basically all that is right there. Another little simple detail I added was this little net right here. It originally existed, but I just added some more details to it to make it look a little bit more realistic. I added like these poles on the side holding it up, and then I also added these little kind of strings, so it kind of looks like it's being actually held up by something. So that was another little detail that needs to be added that I just finally got around to. I also put the bases in. That was another small thing that I just sort of left open. I just had the field laid out, but that was another small thing there. And then I think the last thing that I did would be over here. I may have mentioned this in the previous episode, but I got some more work done within this building right here. Got the gift shop all planned out, so this is what most of these shops will look like. It'll just be a whole lot of, I guess, clothing, mannequins, and just a lot of other random stuff. It'll be a bit difficult to try and capture what a gift shop is in Minecraft, but I think we've done pretty good so far right here. The second floor still completely empty, but it's gonna be a little bit different on the second floor because we're gonna be having like a little balcony right over there for like the third floor access, and then it will continue over this way where it will get a bit more standardized. So yeah, that will basically be it for this video. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!